the Baly pony, a simple yet bold and effective roadmap to use to do something creative and something new with your colors. This is our end result here. I've done one side curly and one side straight, and I'm going to show you exactly how to achieve these results. We're working with a series of triangles in both the green zone, red zone, and blue zone, and we're working with different ponytails as anchor points. To begin using, we're sectioning off. We're going to start working with the red and the blue zone, creating different lengths of ponytails. To begin, we're creating our first section in the red zone here. We figure out where our side ridge is by taking our TK2 comb and placing it right against the side of their head. We're going to section off from side all the way across to the other side and right down behind the ear. This is going to determine our first section in our red zone. In our other triangles we have different lengths of the triangles. This is going to create different techniques when you're using high pieces of the ponytail and lower to create more of an illusion through the ponytails. These dots represent where the ponytails are going to be anchored. You may notice that the points are higher and lower between all of the triangles, and this is creating more dimension throughout the color. I previously colored my mannequin using Surface Pure Color. I used 1 part 5V to 1/4 5R with 7 volume enzyme cream activator. We did a base and stretch technique as well, and it's going to give more dimension through the top and more versatility through the ends. You'll notice underneath the ponytails, I've pulled this all back into another ponytail. This will just remain block colored. So I'm working with our first ponytail. We're going to prepare the ponytail with our surface push powder. We're going to lightly tap the push powder in 1, 2, 3 to make sure we have enough product in, and then we're going to go in with our TK2 comb and lightly push 1, 2, 3, and actually we're going to go in through the bottom and do the same thing. Then we're going to be using a technique called buttering that we do in our surface upstyling, which basically means we're just going to butter out the top of the section just to give us more of an even canvas to work on. Once we have our ponytail blown out, we're going to be going in with our Surface Trinity Tonic and lightly just saturating the ponytail. This is going to give us more of an even saturation and allow us to go in with our Pure Blonde and allow it to go on a little bit better. To begin, I've loaded my paddle with my Surface Pure Blonde, and we're taking our detailing brush and using a little bit of lightener, carefully not to be applying too much on the brush as we're going in tight into the ponytail, and that's not where we want a lot of the product. We're going to wait until we get 50% past the ponytail to give more saturation. So in applying the ponytail, we're going to go ahead and use a layering technique and layering on that lightener. We're always going to be working with the way the hair grows and making sure we're not disrupting the cuticle and really respecting the integrity of the hair. You want to make sure that we are keeping a lot of tension on this ponytail, because if we're allowing it to move around, then that's where it's going to get a little bit messy and the product is going to go different places where we don't want it to be. So as you can see here, I'm getting close to the ponytail, nice and snug. Once we get to the top and around, we want to lift up that ponytail and do the exact same thing, again going with the cuticle of the hair. We're going to make sure we really buffer into the ponytail, and we want to make sure that we really have not a lot of product in through here as it'll saturate too much. We want really more of an even blend. Once we get the whole ponytail layered with our Pure Blonde, we can go ahead now and we're going to take our larger brush and we're going to fan out this ponytail working from corner to corner, and we're going to apply the Pure Blonde more of a heavier saturation, working from corner to corner. We want to make sure that we really have it saturated. So the pure blonde is going to go through that ponytail, giving more of a pop through the bottom. Once we have it all saturated, we're going to lay it down and we're going to continue on in that green zone. Want to make sure that you're at least applying some sort of saran wrap or something just to hold in that pure blonde and making sure that your sections don't go into others. I'll continue going through my other ponytails and I'll come back once I'm finished. Now that I've worked and finished all my ponytails in through the back, we're going to go ahead and go into the green zone through the top. To determine how to make your triangles through the green zone, we're working through the top of the high point of the head. Again, trying to figure out where your high point of your head is, you're going to take your TK2 comb, and where it sits on the top of the head is the anchor point for where the high point of the head begins. Then we're going to go and from the high point right down to the temple area and through the bottom, and that's creating our first triangle. We're going to do the same on the other side, and you notice that the dots are our anchor points up here are going to be pulled back nice and even to the top of the triangle. Then through the back, we're doing 2 more sections of abstract triangles, and our anchors are going to be a little bit further back. So working through into the first ponytail, we're taking our push powder again, lightly tap 1, 2, 3, taking our TK2 comb and push 1, 2, 3. Again through the bottom, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go ahead and butter that ponytail to even out and smooth it out. Once we have it nice and smoothed out, again taking our Trinity Tonic and mist it throughout the ponytail, again allowing that pure blonde to really saturate and to really go on a lot smoother when we're working with her. Loading up our paddle gives us more option when we're working through certain sections. We have our pure blonde right here at our hands. So again, working with our detailing brush, making sure there's not a lot of product on your brush as we're going pretty tight into that ponytail, and we're starting off light with minimal pressure. We want to make sure we're really buffering into that ponytail, giving an even canvas and really layering on that pure blonde. Again, working with the integrity of the hair, working with the way the hair grows. We never want to go back through and disrupt that cuticle. When working with pure blonde, it's really giving us maximum creativity with minimal inventory. Once we've lifted all these ponytails to a level 9, we're going to go ahead and use a custom glaze overlaying on top of where our pure blonde was. Again, we're going to lift up that ponytail, working with the way the hair grows, and again, just buffering out, getting nice and snug into this area, but really buffering out that pure blonde. So once we're down 50% of that ponytail, we can really go ahead and saturate the bottom of that ponytail, giving it a lot of brightness through the bottom, which is where we want to focus on. Again, we're going to fan out that ponytail and really working from corner to corner, and you're going to be applying a lot more pressure on that ponytail to give that maximum of saturation. Once we have our ponytail done, we'll lay it down. We will cover it with saran wrap, and we'll go ahead and finish the other ponytails. Now that I've processed her to approximately a level 9, I'm going to create a custom glaze using 1 part 9C to 1/4 part 7R with 7 volume enzyme cream activator. We processed her glaze for 15 minutes, and then we shampoo and condition with our Trinity Color Care shampoo. We've also added moringa into our formula, and it's going to give her 30% more color retention. Then we used our protein cream, and then finished off with our styling aids, and I chose to use the blowout line since she needs 450 degrees protection when she's using her iron. So I've added the primer on, I blew dry her about 75% dry, and then re-added the primer, and then I went and used our iron to add a little bit of texture. Then I also went in with our texture spray and then finished off with our dry oil spray. And you can continue to use this for day 2 and day 3 to really hold out her blowout. I really hope you enjoyed the Baly pony. I think it's a great roadmap to do something different with your guests in the chair. Maybe just to spice things up or change up what you've been doing. These triangles are really kind of a roadmap, and you can change how you want to do these triangles depending on your guest's hair. If you want to stretch that triangle right down further or even a little bit less, you're allowed to do that and use your creativity. With surface color, using minimal inventory, you can create such a different wide range of shades on your guest and really customize what your guest really wants. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy the Baly pony.